Alright guys, welcome back to Fog Wrestling. It's time for another ECW 2006 review. And in my opinion, this is probably one of the better ECWs we've seen.
15th of August.
That wasn't in the Hammerstein Ballroom for, I think, a good month. So with that said, it is the 15th of August. And we kick off the show with highlights for last week and the announcement that it's going to be a triple threat ladder match between Kurt Angle, RVD, and SABU tonight. Number one contenders match. Obviously, if you watched last week, RVD made his return and he interfered in the SABU Kurt Angle number one contenders match, making it a no contest. So, this makes sense. I mean, I'll say the storylines and the feuds, everything makes sense in this show. It kind of does continue from week to week.
Yep.
So I've got to give it credit for that. Everything does seem to fit in and mesh well. And then you get Big Show, Paul Heyman backstage. Big Show is just standing there, being on board himself. Paul Heyman announces that Kurt Angle tore his groin in a match 2 days ago, and he has to medically suspend him tonight. And that means Kurt Angle's out this ladder match, so it's going to be SABU versus RVD. And that's that announcement out the way. So there you go, that's your main event tonight. RVD versus SABU ladder match. Winner faces Big Show at SummerSlam for the ECW Championship. And then we move on in the first segment of the show. Well, first real segment, second segment technically, because Paul Heyman there was introducing the show, but
with bored Big Show.
It's Mick Foley. Mick Foley. You hear the car crash theme. He comes out to the ring, barely able to walk.
Yep. Sad.
I mean, you can tell this guy's been in some fucking punishing matches over the years. Like, you thought he couldn't walk in 2006. You want to see him trying to walk in 2020. But anyway, he makes his way to the ring. He says that Flair isn't here tonight. Flair was running down his career, so Mick Foley kind of corrects him and saying that he didn't jump off the Hell in a Cell, he was thrown through it, he lists all his injuries. And he doesn't need to justify himself, because we know Mick Foley's the man. When it comes to Extreme, he says he's facing Ric Flair in an I Quit match at SummerSlam. He says the words I quit are not in his vocabulary. And he says he promised he was going to get Extreme tonight. So he says his first guest tonight brings out Kelly, who's been in like the first segment of the last fucking 5 shows. She comes into the ring, then he welcomes out his good friend Melina to the ring, and then he announces that they're going to have an Extreme freeway dance.
And this just showed off how Foley can't move.
For those of you that don't know, triple threat matches in ECW used to be called freeway dances. And Mick Foley has a freeway dance with both Melina.
But the thing is, though, a freeway dance used to be an elimination, and he'd be first to go.
His knees would crack under the pressure, like 10 seconds in. And then the three of them have a wee dance. Then the next minute you hear, woo, down, down. And then Ric Flair comes out, pissed off, looking, he's kind of running to the ring, gets his suit off, gets in the ring. The camera cord's caught around his foot. He's trying to punch Foley, but at the same time,
dragging the cameras towards the ring.
He manages to get loose, batters Foley, gets his belt out, starts choking Foley. Then he says he'll see. He kind of goes to the back, says he'll see him at SummerSlam. Foley's busted open, mouth bleeding, choked. Ric Flair doing a Chris Benoit like a year and a half prior to the murder. Great. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a great segment to start the show.
Yep.
Good promo.
It really begs the question of why isn't Foley on ECW?
Well, because the build up to One Night Stand.
Yeah,
he was saying how he's a WWE guy, and he was bashing it, so it wouldn't make sense.
I know, but really. I think after a few months, you can maybe put him on as a heel.
It could have been you're right. It could have been a heel, and it would have helped the show obviously because Mick Foley's fucking great. Even if he is a big lefty that hates Donald Trump, he's still great. You know what I mean?
Well, around here, he probably liked Trump.
You never know. Don't know. Maybe Trump hadn't announced his presidential run yet, so maybe Foley was a big Trump fan at this stage of the game. But anyway, I thought the opening segment was great. Good promo for Mick Foley. And then the dancing was pretty funny. And then Ric Flair came out and gave a good wee beatdown. So overall, man, double thumbs up for the opening segment.
Then double thumbs down, we have Shannon Moore.
So you see some guy coming up a pair of steps backstage or something, and Shannon Moore's wearing a corset in the corner, turns round and says something about authority.
I hate authority, or stand up to authority.
Something to do with authority. and then that's it really. So again, coming soon, but he's not coming tonight. So I don't know. Will Shannon Moore ever come?
See,
Tune in.
this is a piss take gimmick, but yet you've got freak shows a day. I mean, it's just a go-to thing.
Right. Well, we see him. Tune in next week. Up next, then we have CM Punk ready for the second match of his career in ECW. He comes out to the ring. Then Just Incredible comes out, so it's a rematch for the Hammerstein Ballroom 2 weeks ago.
No need.
Just Incredible gets like a wee 15 seconds package screen thing during his entrance, saying that basically Punk's win was a fluke and tonight he's going to beat him.
No.
And he didn't, and Punk won even quicker than he did in the Hammerstein Ballroom. Again, the match is hard to really have a good match and easy. I think unless it's like the Hammerstein Ballroom where they let the opening match go pretty decent in terms of time, or you're in the main event, it's going to be hard to have a good match.
Yeah.
Because most of the matches in ECW, unless it is the main event, they're literally 5 minutes max.
I know.
But it was okay, you know what I mean? Like again, it's Punk's second match. He shouldn't be going 10, 15 minutes, and he beat the guy quicker than he did in the first match. So I mean, all round, I give the thumbs up. A couple of decent spots in it, you know what I mean? That is what it is. Punk wins. He progresses. So that's 2 wins out of 2 then for him. Because wrestling's real and results matter, all that stuff. Up next, we have
50-50 book.
see, that's what I mean. See in today's world, Just Incredible would go for Punk here.
I know.
Then straight away, how can Punk be a star? Because the guys gave all these promos about discipline and this and that, and it's only addictions competition, and it's his destiny to be success and all this
And he's
stuff.
already cold turkey because he's lost the competition.
Yeah, so he would have lost his second match to a guy that's been jobbing week in, week out since ECW started. So, do you know what I mean? 50-50 booking doesn't work, and that's why Punk won here.
That's the bottom line.
So, up next we have, I believe it's Kurt Angle backstage. He attacks Heyman's henchman
And the Big Show.
in the Big Show, and then the police jump on Angle. They get the better of him, and he's pushing away.
And I believe this is the last time we see him.
I believe this is the best thing Big Show might have done.
Put his medal back on.
Yeah, so while Kurt Angle's been restrained by the police, Big Show picks up his medals and like places it over Angle's head. I mean, it might sound like nothing, but it's pretty funny watching it.
I know, but realistic from like a
It was
review.
nothing like
He's a heel. And
that.
he's
Was
just put,
fucking. If anything, he'd keep the medal, wouldn't he?
I know, it's fucking it
Or
was
or
retarded, but
he'd
it's
wipe or do Michaels and wipe it with his arse like he did the Canadian flag or something,
brilliant. I
or
know. I don't get him.
spit on them and hit him with the
Yeah,
medals, but
or something.
he just placed the medals back in Angle's fucking neck. And then Angle gives him a headbutt kind of to the chest, and Big Show's screaming for assault.
God damn it.
Get him out of here! Then so the police take out Kurt Angle, and that is Kurt Angle's last appearance on WWE television for over a decade.
Are you positive?
Aye, I'm going to say that.
You've been saying this about every fucking segment he's been in the
Like
past couple of
he's
weeks.
going to turn up in Impact soon, so he fucking can't be there much longer. You know, don't even think he's going to give the fucking 90-day 90-day thing at the moment. Anyway, after that we have
The main event is
tag team match between the
Aye.
FBI and Test and Mike Knox. Again, not a quick match here. The ending pretty good. Test.
I mean, this just highlights how thin the roster is.
Yeah, but it's a 1 hour show. Like, what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
But the end, I think the ending was pretty good. The FBI are good, especially Guido. Like they're good at selling moves from big guys, and that's really what they were putting this match to do.
Yep.
Test with a big boot, almost taking Guido's head off, and then hits that mad spinning neckbreaker thing on Tony Mamaluke, gets the win. I mean, Test, in my opinion, should have been the ECW champion. He should have had Big Show's place. I can guarantee the reason McMahon probably went with Big Show is just because he's actually 7 foot and 500 pounds, and he thinks that makes him look more dominant. But to me, size is one thing. I think Test's physical attributes and his intensity in the ring would make Test look more dominant than Big Show.
It's why Brock Lesnar works compared to other people.
Yeah, like Brock Lesnar's not as big as Big Show, but to me, he's a more dominant champ than Big Show.
Yeah.
Big Show's just big, lazy, cumbersome, slow, boring. The guy, I mean, he's not very good. You'll never get a fucking different. Like, you look at Brock Lesnar, he can work different styles. I mean, Big Show's just got the bloody one style. I mean, the Big Show's best chance of getting a good match is the opponent. If he ain't got a good opponent, he's fucked. And if he's got a good opponent, his opponent's fucked. So, you know what I mean? It's I think Test should have been the guy because Test is big enough. Test is like 6'8" or something,
I know.
over £300 himself, and especially on the roids here. McMahon loves the roids, so I mean, if Test was ever going to get like a good push, a championship level push, I mean, to me this should have been
It.
yep.
You're going to get it.
I just look at Test like when he's doing moves to people, when he's doing that mad finisher, when he's doing the big boot. His beatdowns just look better. I've seen you see Big Show come out and he's doing. It's fucking slow and boring. It's like 1 mile first gear, 1 mile per hour.
I know.
It's just hard to get behind the Big Show. So anyway, speaking of the Big Show, unfortunately we will see him again tonight. Anyway, up next we had RVD sitting on a ladder backstage saying that he's going to win. I don't think it was.
It was the first of retarded ladder spots, but it won't be the last.
Yep. Then we have Sabu backstage with the filter on the screen's a bit weird, and he says that he's going to go on to win the night and become the new champion at SummerSlam. Then we get there's no Balls Mahoney vignette this week. There's no Kevin Thorne stuff. There's no. Oh wait, after the tag team match, Sandman and Dreamer came out and chased off Test and Mike Knox. So are we going to get another rematch, tag team match somewhere down the line? Probably. Another Extreme Rules match, hopefully. But then we move on to the main event.
Right, yes, the main event, brother.
Ladder match between Sabu and RVD, and in my opinion, I think this is the main event they've given the least amount of time to.
And why?
Since ECW started back, and it was, in my opinion, it was by far the best match.
Yes.
I'd say previously it was probably Ric Flair Big Show.
In terms of main events?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, well, no, I would have said the tag team match in Hammerstein Ballroom was probably better than that.
No,
but
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, but in terms of main events, like I'd say, well, even in general, it's probably the best match that they've had since ECW, reboot it. And it only really went 10 minutes because Big Show came out at the end and interfered. But
I mean,
lots of great spots.
Some botches, but
see, but Sabu makes botches work though. I don't know why.
Like, see the ladder one. It looked like it was like he was going for a risk.
Yeah, and
it works.
But then he sold it, and then Joey Styles put over that it was a risk. See if he'd have got up and moved at the ladder and did it with a chair, then it would have looked fucking shit. But it's the fact that he just kind of accepted that it didn't work.
It's like when Triple H tries the pedigree for the announce table, and then JR's like, gave weight. He gave way under the weight. People can make it work. We'll see
if Triple H got straight back up and tried to do it through the other announce table, it would look dog shit.
Do you remember when Titus O'Neil was supposed to get eliminated from the Rumble? And JBL went, "Oh, that could have been the quickest elimination ever," even though it took about 4 seconds.
Aye, that was pish for JBL.
What are you doing, John?
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the match. Good match.
Yep, so...
Until Big Show came out.
Wait, hold on. Was there not that time Jericho was supposed to do a move on Randy Orton or something? Or Randy Orton was supposed to do the RKO on Jericho, and Jericho had the Walls Jericho in?
Oh, and he missed?
But he went for the exact same spot again.
Oh, I know.
That was awful. Randy Orton should have just attacked him, or Jericho should have let go of the Walls of Jericho and attacked Orton or something. That was bad. He went for the exact same fucking spot after clearly botching the first one. I'm not a wrestler, I'm not saying I know everything, but I mean, I know it just doesn't look good.
I would say you need chemistry, but the best way to do that would have been if Jericho to release it, get up, and then maybe go to attack Orton. Once he hits off the rope, he ducks in an RKO.
Shouldn't have fucking went for the exact same thing.
No, it was cringy.
Hey, anyway, this match was good. Like I said, lots of botches, but Sabu makes botches work. Lots of cool, inoffensive moves here with the.
It's almost like because he knows botches are his gimmick, he's adapted to it.
There was lots. I'll tell you what. I think there was lots of cool shit I've seen in this match that I had not seen before.
Monkey flip with the ladder.
We see RVD doing the monkey flip with the ladder onto Sabu. RVD looked like he was going to go for like the jumping sidekick when Sabu was like straddled on the ropes, but instead he tried to grab for the belt from the top rope. You'd Sabu doing the Arabian facebuster to RVD, and RVD like gets his fucking head stuck in the ladders. You'd Sabu going for the triple jump moonsault with the ladders. I mean, you'd lots of good stuff, good match, loads of chair spots, loads of ladder spots. The end, RVD hits the frog splash, climbs, Sabu rolls at the ring, and even this made sense because Joey Styles put over that Sabu's instincts at rolling at the ring after the frog splash, but then he was like this might actually hinder him because now he's
Yeah,
You
no.
know, not in the ring to prevent RVD from even wee things like that. That seems. I mean, it could just be a fucking coincidence. Maybe Sabu's stoned out his head or something, but. You know what I mean? All wee things like that. Joey Styles saying, "Oh, that's Sabu's instincts kicking him, but his instincts might come back to kick him in the ass, or whatever." You know that stuff's good. And then RVD is climbing the ladder, and it took the Big Show about a minute. Literally took him about a minute to go, and then it did a weird camera cut to some kid in the crowd.
I know.
Now I'm assuming that's because Big Show was taking his time getting to the ring. I don't know. And maybe it would have looked more awkward if it was just kind of showing you RVD waiting there on top of the
And the
ladder.
crowd literally didn't even react when Big Show came in.
No.
Normally you can tell when someone's coming out.
Like, even Sabu came out at that Hammerstein ballroom, they were going fucking mental. Or when RVD returned last week,
Not
they were
now.
going mental. Big Show comes out and just fucking flies. Like, if you can hear fly drop. Anyway, Big Show comes out, puts RVD through a table off the ladder. Sabu climbs to the top rope. Big Show's asking for the contract to come down. I think the whole idea behind it is Big Show's trying to get the contract so he doesn't have to face anyone. Sabu jumps on top of his shoulders, manages to grab the contract
I
from
know.
Big Show's
You know,
shoulders.
I don't get. After he incapacitates Sabu, you can just take the contract, rip it up, or do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, I mean,
But then Sabu eats the contract anyway,
yeah,
so.
so after Sabu gets the contract, Big Show power bombs him. He's frustrated that the grab Sabu got the contract. Then he gets Sabu, choke slams him on top of the contract. Then he throws RVD back in the ring, choke slams him in the ring. Then he leaves. Then the camera pans to Sabu, and Sabu's got the contract like half eaten.
I
Like
know.
the contract was like half it was ripped. It was ripped anyway. So he's eating it in his fucking mouth, and it falls out his mouth, and he sticks it back in. You're like, what are you
What are you
doing?
doing?
But aye. Anyway, that was it. So in my opinion, we had one of the best opening segments so far, and we had one of the best main events so far. And the stuff in the middle as well, I don't think was that bad.
Yep.
I had another, okay CM Punk match. The tag match I thought was okay because it was what it was. It was to put over the big
A
guys.
good angle segment.
Yeah, Dangle
A decent
segment.
farewell.
So for me, I'd say this is the best ECW show we've seen so far, and I would give it
I'll give it a 7.
I'll give it a 7 as well. I think it's
Okay, there we go. We're all settled. We're all
so.
in
I
the hole.
mean, yeah, pretty good. And right,
Don't question
up
my
next
heart.
it's Sabu versus Big Show then at SummerSlam. We might watch it, we might not. But until next time, 7 out of 10 here. I think this is the highest rated ECW show
Yep,
we've
it
gave so
is.
far. Tune in, see what we do next week. Tune in to see if Shannon Moore's on next week's show. It might get an 8
Damn.
because I've been waiting patiently to see the debut of Shannon Moore, the reject Shannon Moore.
Peace.
We also had Renee Dupree doing some photo shoots
I know
backstage,
it gives a shit.
but no one. I mean, could you imagine? Have you noticed they didn't put that shit on the Hammerstein Ballroom show?
Right, that.
Anyway, guys, till next time. Fucking hopefully Renee
7.
Dupree gets cancelled or something. Anyway, 7 out of 10. Peace.